it is a special evening. For a long time now, we've wanted to get to the stage where we got stability at board level and through the club, so that we could plan forward with more confidence and put the club back on a strong plan for the future. And that's what my team at the top here, that's their priority. And I'm sure you'll give them all their support.
Well, my name's Mark Bowler. Probably the name I might give it away. I've been a local person, supporter for the football club, probably around about over 40 years. So I've seen what the football club was about, and the reason why I wanted to get involved with it is to still have a football club for the local environment, really, in the community. I'm a local businessman around here. I've been for 20 years, and hopefully that's why I joined.
I'm Carl Hancock. I'm 51 years old. I spent the last 27 years in London. 51 years ago, I was born 200 yards away on 96 Cresty Road. I've supported Crewe all my life, so I'm very happy to be on the board helping out too.
Good evening, I'm Tony Davison, and I spent most of my working life in industry, in the automotive and chemicals industry, but live locally. And once I retired, I joined the board at Nantwich Town, just down the road. So I was there for 7 years, 5 of which I was the chairman. So I've done my apprenticeship in football, and when the opportunity came along to move to the professional football league club in the local area with a very, very solid community base, it was too good an opportunity to refuse. So I decided to take the plunge and join the board.
Yeah, hi, my name's Mark Bevan, and I've got no idea what I'm doing here. Well, I do actually know, that's joking apart. I'm only here because of you. You amazingly raised enough money for the supporters to become a significant shareholder in the football club, and I'm lucky enough to be voted on by my own board to be the first director of that society, so thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Stuart Whitby. I'm from Whitby Morrison, the ice cream van people. Born in Crewe, educating Crewe, working Crewe. I've been a long-term fan since a boy of the football club, and when the opportunity came along to join, the experienced members of the board who were still here, along with a representative of the supporters, thought this is a chance not to be missed. But our job is to secure the long-term future of the club, play some good football, entertain you on a Saturday afternoon, won't be here forever. So we'll just assure you we'll do our best. Thank you.
This is Thursday. Have you opened any negotiations with Michael Nottingham yet?
I've spoke to him basically in the corridor. That's the truth. What I would say is that he's put himself in a great position. He's got a lot of leverage. He's on loan, he's on a contract, he's over 24, he's not ours. He can choose whatever he wants, where he wants to play football next year, and he's got a great way of going about it. Does that mean we're not going to have that conversation? Like I just said, we've had a conversation in the corridor. We're speaking to him further. How far that goes is anyone's guess, really. That's the truth. I think he's been a terrific addition to this football club, and he's gone a long way to, putting us top of the league. Watch this space.
With the organisation of the club and all the different companies and everything else that Mr. Hassel put in place, and absolute minefield, confusing as hell for all of us. can we actually categorically say now that he has no involvement in any of those companies, and every single company to do with the running of the club is actually part of the new company as you lads start on the board? Is it just all over and done with? He's got nothing to do with it, and there's just one parent company with you guys on the board. There's no other subsidiaries or anything that hiding in the background or anything like that.
Mr. Hassel was yesterday, and tomorrow is for these gentlemen.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think our last sale was George Cooper, which must be, was it 3 years ago?
January 18th.
Pardon?
January 18th.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thanks, Andrew.
Right. What I'm asking is, are we at the stage now where we've got to sell somebody? So we're coming up to the summer, and obviously there's quite a lot of talented individuals out on that pitch, which you would think would be being looked at by the Vultures from Championship and League One level. Well, hopefully they are. And are we at the stage where we're saying, oh, come on, Sunderland, please take Charlie Kirk for $500,000, we need the money. Are we at that stage? And does that lookout change depending on which league we're playing our football in next season?
Dave, do you want to comment on that?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
No, but before Dave does, I mean, our business model has always been to concentrate and work very effectively in youth development, to build the squad. It is not cheap, and yeah, we do need to be active in the sales market as part of the business model we're in. And I think you also have to bear in mind that it's through Dave and planning players coming through and what their value is going to be. If we don't put that into our plan, but just let the time roll by, we're in danger today of losing players rather than getting any money for them. So the board, even today, Dave's been talking about the kind of plan that he would want for next season, who we're likely to maybe offers into. So I like to feel that it's an essential part of this club's business, developing players, recognising that they do move on, and it's up to us to, if we can, to generate income.
I understand that. It's are we at that stage where we need to do something fairly quickly? That's what I was asking.
We need to do something in an ideal world, we need to do something every year.
And we haven't done it since 2018. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. David, is there anything?
The only thing I would add is that if we sell our Crown jewels for next to no money, we're chopping off our own legs. So to try and give you some peace of mind, I think that would be foolish from a business sense, from our point of view. But at the same time, I echo the chairman's thoughts that we produce players to sell them on. And we're not. We don't. That's not a secret. But everyone's got a value, and what that value is, we only decide if somebody picks the phone up. It's as simple as that.
Going back to the key role of the academy, it seems to be about 6 or 8 weeks since James Collins got his move to the Premier League. I wonder if there's any news about a replacement for that role.
Right, I think Dave, can you answer that one? We've got one. Right, fine.
I won't be as long as Dave's answer. So. We interviewed last week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we have people from within and people from without. We decided we come to an answer which we're going to employ a fellow called Will Ryder, who's assistant manager Kate Ashton. He's obviously stepping down from there. He runs UEFA B badges in Wales, which he's stopping now because he's coming here. He works in Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, all different age groups, and we're delighted to have him. And now hopefully he'll come into our academy, make us stronger, bring what he's learned along the way, and hopefully he learns what we want him to do and learn our way and get to know our culture and bring his ideas to here.
Question to the new members of the board. So it's early days, but I'm sure you guys have got some ideas, new ideas. Are there any of those you'd like to share with us in the room?
We've discussed lots of ideas. The main focus of the board is the long-term stability for the club, the long liability for the club. But to me, and particularly the new guys, we see this as an opportunity to perhaps do things that the lads haven't been able to do before. When Norman was here, he's now history, as John says. But for me, it's all about some good football, some good results, and the league position, obviously. But to try and improve your matchday experience to make it as enjoyable as we possibly can. And we feel there's lots of opportunities to do that. And it's a case of, it's not going to happen overnight, it can't happen overnight. But I'd like to think that when we're sitting here at the next fans forum, you're going to be saying, that was a good idea, we enjoy that more, and there's a few more people coming through the gates. We're keen to do the right thing for you, as I said earlier. Does anybody else want to comment?
Just to echo that, Stuart, today's our first full board meeting of the new board, and as you can imagine, when you get involved in any new venture, there's a hell of a lot of information to absorb in a very short period. So some of us are still trying to find our way around the organisation and understand the detail behind some of the numbers, for example. But there are opportunities to improve the matchday experience, as we've already discussed. And partly, behind that is that we will be talking to this young man here from our supporters representative, because Matt's already mentioned a number of ideas today in our discussions, and some of them might be quite straightforward, others will be more difficult to implement, and will cost money potentially and take time. So we've got to prioritise what's important, and the important thing for this year is to support Dave and the lads and make sure that, as Dave has told us today, we'll be playing in League One next season, and then we can begin to plan properly for the medium and longer term future, because that's the most important thing, is building a solid foundation that we don't then have to worry about year after year after year in the coming years, and we can do things more effectively with a bit more headroom in terms of our organisational ability. And that's not something the club has had for a number of years.
I'd just like to add to that, as part of obviously the Supporters Society, the only way we can help the board or do anything that's constructive is for you to tell us. We would like to know what you want or are missing, what things that you find difficult, what things are lacking in the football club. So via our organisation, please feel free to get in contact with any of our board members or get involved with our board itself. Come to our meetings, and together we can hopefully improve things off the pitch, if not on the pitch. So we need your help as much as anything.
Well, if we come to the end of the questions, as I said earlier, this was an opportunity for you to meet our new directors that have been welcomed onto the board, and a chance to celebrate that you've come to the end of what has been a pretty torrid time. And I personally just wanted to say on your behalf, to begin with, thanks and record the support that I have had from the board. We, with the sad loss of David Rowlingson, we were down to 4. But with a lot of hard work and a lot of people taking responsibilities, we aren't totally, I think, Andrew, legally there yet, but we will be shortly. I just wanted to say a very sincere thank you to Charles, to Andrew, for all the work that they have done, and of course they took on board getting us through. Even when we got an option agreement to buy Norman Hassel shares, that was only just the start of quite a long journey. And I'm pleased to say to them too, who've spearheaded that, thank you very much on your behalf.